we're going into virtual production in a strong way that I wasn't.
Oh my God, I knew
expecting.
it. I knew it. I knew that was going to come. So many people are talking about this, and it's awesome.
I know. Well, it's so exciting, and it didn't click for me until we were like a month into doing remote shoots, where we found that obviously we're limited by the locations of our talent. We're not going out there and scouting, locations from location databases and then going into big houses and shooting commercials there like we used to. So if you're limited to the locations that your talent has available, but you want more, you want more than that, then what's a different way of doing it? And I mean, like, it was the zeitgeist. It was, everybody was seeing worlds collide in the same way with The Mandalorian and like Matt Workman doing his work, and Unreal Engine getting powerful enough and democratized, and all of these pieces coming together. And it clicked for me and our DP. Oh, wow. We have the space. We had in a stroke of bad timing, we had just taken on another office space. We have 4 units in our building now. We had 3, for many years, and now we took a 4th one opened up. And so we started building out conference rooms and like have this sort of a significantly sized space there. And then I realized, I could just ask my contractor to build us a seamless psych, and then we could use that as a stage, and we can do it on our own comfort zone. And so, like, right away, just started gearing up and learning what I could about the virtual production process. I've been absorbing YouTube videos. I've been, behind me over there is a gaming PC. And I hate Windows. I cannot abide Windows, but I'm like sort of like struggling through it. And, I've got like a Vive tracker and right. So this is a camera, this, I'm gonna put our little Vive tracker on here. And
look at that.
Suddenly I've got a camera on my my shoulder, right? This is going to be our camera in a virtual world. There's a lot to do still, but just knowing that this is possible and that people are actually doing it, and when it's going to be, when it's going to be like an epical shift is when we do it for a client project the first time successfully, and then I feel like that's like sort of Sandwich version 4.0, basically.
100%. I'm with you 100%. Everyone's wondering what is the next big evolution and revolution in production companies and filmmaking. DSLR was like kind of the last big one. It's virtual production. It's not 3D, obviously. That went by the wayside. It's not necessarily 812, 800K. It's not that. Virtual production. That's what it is. And Matt Workman is perfectly positioned to completely control this market and be the go-to. And we're actually going to be having Matt back on the show. He hasn't been on for a few years. We had him on for our 1,000th download episode, which is still on the website. You guys can check it out. But we're going to have him back on soon to talk about all that, because that is that's the frontier that we all are going to be approaching for sure.
Yeah, and you know what I like about it at this point is it's such an untapped frontier. It's that most of the people, like the tool builders, the real innovators in the space, they're doing it sort of with the language of sort of video game aesthetic and music video aesthetic. And I see that as an opportunity to work in my aesthetic, because I don't really like those other aesthetics. I don't want to be like, okay, what's the next cool app that my clients are working on? And then, drop an ogre in here, and then like a Lara Croft lookalike in here, and those are our characters demonstrated. That's not what I want to do, and I don't want to do flashy laser light beams, and like I don't want to have to lean into this video game aesthetic that has been mapped out in this space for so long. I want to figure out how to bring it into my space. That's the fun part.
100%. It's like I don't need it to be this fantastical, crazy environment that's unrealistic. I need it to be like a house. Like I need someone sitting in a living room. That's what I need.
Right.
No, this is cool and a fascinating conversation. And really, Thank you so much for coming on and sharing all this information. A lot of people would not want to just divulge all this information out there, especially people that run production companies. You can, sometimes you can become a little protective of your plans and process, but you guys have always been really good about putting it all out
did
there.
I screw up? Should I take it all back? Oh no. What did I do?
No, I like that you're just coming out there.
I mean, you got to share it. We got to be a community, because we're all going to use the tools differently. We're all going to take all that knowledge and do different things with it. Nobody's going to be able to reproduce what I do, and nobody's going to be able to reproduce what you do. That's the way that it works.